Yeah.
We're so tough. Hey, guys. We're all UFC'd up over here. You guys did that at the same time. Hi, guys. I'm Allie Birds for Picks and Parlays. This is Game Time Decision with Tim and Nick Earle from Earle Sports Bets. How is it going today, Timothy?
I can't complain. We got a lot of trade deadline rumors and trade possibilities and some trades already. A lot of stuff to go over, especially within the next couple of days. Break down how you guys can bet this whole entire little mini week before the trade deadline and see where it goes from there.
Yes, this is a very tricky spot in baseball season to be betting on. So we're going to help you guys out with that. How's it going for you, Nick?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Definitely tread lightly within the next few days, especially on teams that are supposed to be sellers. We'll list a few during the stream, a little teaser there. But yeah, just be careful during this week. It's almost like kind of like the week before playoffs for any sport usually. Just we need to figure out who's going where before we start to, because you never know. You can have pitchers that are traded 2 innings into a start. So tread lightly and maybe first fives more often than full games. But yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea too. And really, it's a time as handicappers that you've got to put yourself in the minds of those clubs too. What's going on in the locker rooms? Are they frantic? Are they, do they want this guy to go? That kind of stuff. So it's also a good time to handicap in your own head too. So big trade that happened today that breaks my heart is that Marc-Andre Fleury has left my Vegas Golden Knights and he's gone to the Blackhawks, Nick. That's what happened. So tell me about it.
Yeah, I feel like we've been expecting this for a while now because I feel like every single turn that the Vegas Golden Knights try to do to get rid of Fleury has been happening for a while ever since they got Robin Lehner. They basically traded him to get rid of his salary and have more salary cap to work with. Then they basically got a minor leaguer, Mikael Hakkinen, which I've never heard of. Basically, they traded Marc-Andre Fleury, the Vezina Trophy winner that he just won that less than a month ago, and they got rid of him for nothing. This team's been trying to get rid of Marc-Andre Fleury ever since they got Robin Lehner. So it doesn't surprise me here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see Marc-Andre Fleury play another game in the NHL. He is kind of pursuing potential retirement here. He said that if he was going to be traded away from the Golden Knights, then probably retirement was going to be next on the docket for him.
It makes sense. It's sad. We know it's not hockey season, but you guys know how I feel about my Knights and how Nick feels about hockey. So we just had to bring that up. Another big trade happened today.
Can I say one thing about this trade? I know I don't know much about hockey. Yes. But I understand because hockey will be a lot like either the NBA or the NFL, where there's a salary cap, and you can't go over the salary cap. Like in baseball, there's a luxury tax. You go over that salary cap, and you just have to pay a portion of it to the league, and it gets distributed to the other teams and all that stuff. So teams like the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees can spend a crap ton of money. On the other hand, you get the Kansas City Royals or the Tampa Bay Rays, who are smaller market teams. They get a little bit money back because of luxury tax, but they can't really afford as much. So I understand the whole trading for nothing because they're trying to cut his contract. And if he's looking at retirement, this might be a good thing for Vegas because then they can go out and pick up a big free agent and possibly be better. Robert Lehner apparently he's probably pretty solid. If
he's not a bad goalie.
If the Vegas Knights trust him enough to get rid of the essentially what Vezina Trophy, that's what you said.
Yeah, Vezina Trophy.
To get rid of him, obviously Lehner's got something behind him, and you're getting you're getting possibly a good player coming to Vegas on the offseason. So
yeah, we're very like heart connected to him because, you know, he was our first goalie in our inaugural season. He's been with us the whole time. And then the October 1 shooting that happened in Vegas, the Golden Knights like really rallied. They were kind of our thing that we had to make us feel better, and they were big in the community. So it's a heart thing, you know, it's the end of an era. But I mean, you guys are both right. When you got to go, you got to go. Money's on the line. Yeah, we got to keep playing. You know, like
sports is a business, and it's one of the biggest businesses in the world. At the end of the day, no, I don't understand this. We're not homeless.
I don't understand the joke. I don't
either. Maybe because you move around so much. You guys are always moving around so much.
That's true.
So another big thing that happened, and let's talk some money making. Let's talk some money making in the right now, not in the hockey season. Tyler Anderson was traded to the Phillies today from the Pirates. Nick, you had an early look on this on the Morning Wood show and said, be careful if you're going to be on the Pirates today, because this could happen. And look at that. It did. So go ahead.
Yeah, when I was watching the show, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw that the Pirates were looking to trade him, and that's when I went back and switched my pick. But yeah, I was kind of anticipating this. I'm lucky I listed Tyler Anderson, and I wasn't stuck with Oviedo, whoever that guy is.
Oviedo?
Yeah, it's Oviedo now. So I'm glad I had Anderson. Yeah, it was supposed to be the battle of the Andersons, and I really wanted Tyler Anderson if I was backing the Pirates, because he had good stats this year. He was probably the best pitcher that the Pirates had on that staff, not JT Brubaker. Don't get that confused. Mm-hmm. And Tyler Anderson was actually a very profitable pitcher with Pittsburgh this year. I had him up around $320 to this point in the season, so he was someone that I was looking to back today. So yeah, I'm lucky I listed my pitcher there, and now that bet's a void.
Well, he's not going far. He's going to Philly. I think he throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, got a cutter, got a curve on him. Now, you, Tim, are the one who has the play on this game.
Yeah.
Because you didn't list your pitchers. So tell us about why you didn't list your pitchers.
Well,
and what you like.
I will say at first this morning, I did list my pitchers on my first bet before the ESB show. And then as we were watching along with Morning Wood and I saw Nick's comment in there, I went and immediately bet it, but I listed action so that if Tyler Anderson got traded, which he did, I would be able to still have my bet and it would be at a good line. I got my bet around a -120. It's now at a -145. So not only did I beat a good line movement because we were paying attention and listed action as our thing, I was able to get a good line for the Brewers before they were traded because their line jumped up about 20 cents.
All right. So, but Nick, you were on the Pirates, weren't you? First 5-run line?
I was on. I had the Pirates full game for that one. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the question: to list or not to list? This is the question, right? So, Tim, give me reasons that you should not list your pitchers.
I mean, today would be the best instances. You're getting some rumors or some little whispers. Oh, so-and-so might get traded before I start today. Well, you like the other team. You're going to go and bet the team that you like, which is going to be the team that does not have the trade rumors. Right. Like I liked Milwaukee today before the stream. And once Tyler Anderson got traded, obviously we saw the line get jumped, and I still have my play on the Brewers. And instead of having to face Tyler Anderson, who is a somewhat decent pitcher, good enough to get wanted by the Philadelphia Phillies. Don't know why they're going to try to be competitive. They're not a good team. But instead of getting Anderson, you get Oviedo, who, Nick, do you have any stats on this guy?
1-1, a 7.23 ERA, 1.77 WHIP, 18 2/3 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts and 12 walks.
Exactly. So now I get the Milwaukee Brewers at a -120 against Oviedo instead of a -145, and it's a really good line.
And I remember Oviedo as an over from a Total Chaos we did. We called him Over Vito, so that's all I
different guy.
Okay, never mind.
That's Johan Oviedo from the Cardinals. This is Luis Oviedo for the Pirates.
Okay, no, yeah, it was a Cardinal that I know. So then why do you list, Nick?
You list because of the reason for me today. If I didn't list my pitcher, I would be stuck with Oviedo at a plus 114, plus 115. It goes both ways, really, listing your pitchers and not listing your pitchers. The real times to list your pitchers, number one, is today if you hear trade rumors or potential there, and you only want to back that pitcher, you don't want to risk Oviedo coming in or whatever, you list your pitcher. Or if you just or if you're trying to specifically fade a pitcher, like if you see Garrett Cole, or not really Garrett Cole, that's a bad example, but if you see a really bad pitcher like Matt Harvey and you specifically want to fade him, but then they announce Matt Harvey is scratched, then that bet is void. Now, there are some times where I will not list my pitchers. Garrett Cole is one of those. Where I will not list Garrett Cole. I will not list Jacob deGrom. I will not list Clayton Kershaw. Any of the top-end pitchers that you are looking to specifically fade. If you're betting against an ace, the reason why a line is a minus 200 or a minus 180 for a certain team, and you want that big plus money fading the ace, because if I list my pitcher for the underdog and I do not list Jacob deGrom or Clayton Kershaw or fill in the ace, Max Scherzer, then... And hypothetically speaking, Max Scherzer is supposed to start, Thursday, you said, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm betting against the Nationals that day and I'm getting plus money to fade the Nationals with Scherzer on the mound, I'm going to have that. I'm either going to list action or I'm going to only have the opposing team and have action on the Nationals side. Therefore, hypothetically speaking, Max Scherzer gets traded before his start. Now I'm in the same situation you are with the Brewers today. This time I have plus money fading Joe Ross. Or fill in the blank and Nationals bring up spot starter. Like it matters on the specific spot you're in. So listing your pitchers is important if you're backing a deGrom, an ace, and stuff like that, or a pitcher that you really like. And it's important to if you want to fade it as well. But if you're looking to fade a ace, you can list action on those.
Okay. All right. Well, excellent breakdown. So we've got another one to talk about. Nick, this was your play of the day, and we do have news on this. The Reds are at the Cubs. Chicago's a minus 160. That line jumped, and 10.5 is the total. Javier BAEZ was scratched from this one. So what are you liking in the Reds at the Cubs?
I love the Reds this morning. I like them still now. The Cubs are minus 160-ish right now. They're minus 180 this morning. I got the Reds at plus 160 in the first 5 earlier this morning. They're plus 140 now. I still have no problem with that. And we all know that this BAEZ injury is BS. There's either two things. He's getting traded sometime tonight or tomorrow, and they don't want him going out there. Or the Reds remember what he did last night when he walked off, and he had one of the most disrespectful walk-offs, and I'm surprised Amir Garrett didn't go after Javier BAEZ when it happened. So either he's being traded or he's being a coward is the two things for Javier BAEZ here, where he does the Reds are not going to forget what he did last night. And if he was in the starting lineup today, there may be a baseball to his back or to his whatever with his name on it. So, yeah, I can understand why he was scratched today with an injury. He's either getting traded or he doesn't want to get hit.
Well. What do you think about that, Tim?
Oh, no, I'm all over the Reds as well today. I grabbed them, plus 160 this morning. I'll grab them the plus 140. I think they should be favored in this matchup. We still don't know what we're getting out of the Chicago Cubs because, first of all, Adbert Alzolay is pitching today. He is 4-10. Why were the Cubs minus 180 favorites to begin the day? Makes absolutely no sense. Especially the only thing I could think of is the big Cub players that are trying to get traded. So the Javier BAEZ, the Rizzos, the Bryants, the Krimbles are trying to do a little bit more so that to really try to market themselves a little bit more. But I really don't understand why the Cubs were minus 160. I'm taking the Reds all day. BAEZ got scratched. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a couple more scratches before the end of the night because some of these guys are – I can guarantee Rizzo, BAEZ, Bryant, Krimble, Hendricks could all be traded within the next 3 days by trade deadline. And this Cubs team is just they're gonna tank to the bottom of the division. So there's no reason why the Cubs should be this big of favorites. And I'm going after the Reds today. No, I agree with what Nick says.
I'm betting on him right now. That's what I'm doing over here, is taking the Reds first 5, and I'm also going to take them on the run line. That's what I'm going to do.
That being said, watch the Cubbies absolutely blow them out tonight. But
well, hey, I don't like Azale.
No.
I have Mariners and Oakland. I have the Mariners too. I love the Mariners tonight. You guys love them also, right?
Oh yeah, all over the Mariners.
Yeah, I have them on the run line. I've been run lining on them a lot.
Yeah, I think that's one of the teams we'll bring up as a surprising buyer for this this trade deadline.
Yeah, so we just wanted to go through with you guys a few quick things. The Nationals, this is a big deal. The Nationals basically said they're looking to trade everybody but Juan Soto, right? That's kind of what's going on. And Scherzer, who, like we said, is scheduled to pick on Thursday, may go within the next 48 hours here. So, Tim, what are we looking at here? What are their heads like? What are they thinking? What are we feeling in the clubhouse?
Well, I was reading a article on MLB on the MLB app about Max Scherzer, and he could the Nationals want to trade him, and they want to trade him quick. They're trying to get around some no trade clauses and stuff like that with Max Scherzer, because the last place that the Nationals want to send Max Scherzer is to the Mets. And they want to try to work him out quick just so that they don't have to worry about trading him there. We can look at the Mets game real quick, but it's not really anything interesting. I don't have a bet on it. But for this, Max Scherzer and the Nats want to work quick to try to trade him, to create time to work through his no trade clause. The chances of Scherzer pitching on Thursday, which would be his next outing, is not likely. He will probably be in a different uniform. He did miss his last start due to a tricep discomfort, but he should be fine. There is 8 teams that are highly into Max Scherzer. The big 3, you can call them the 3 favorites, will be the top 3 teams from the NL West. Dodgers, Giants, and Padres all looking at him. But you could easily see him go to the Red Sox, the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Astros, and the Mets. All 8 of those teams are interested in him, but Scherzer said he wants to go out west. So I can only imagine that you see him in the National League West towards the end of the year.
Well, who doesn't want to move out west? Our weather's fantastic out here. So there's that. So Nationals are a big seller. A couple more big sellers have been the Cubs and the Royals. Now, for me, big selling teams equal fade to me until the deadline. How do you feel about this, Nick?
Yeah, I'm on the same page here. I want nothing to do with the Cubs and the Nationals the next few days when we figure out where these players are going. And for 4 of the 5 players that Tim listed, other than BAEZ, I don't really have a feel on where BAEZ is going. I have predictions on where the other 4 going with Bryant, Rizzo, Krimble, and Hendricks. I think Hendricks and Bryant can find their way into the orange and blue in New York. I think that Krimble is probably going to become a Philly, and I think Rizzo is heading up to Boston. But with that being said, I want nothing to do with those 2 teams. I mean, the Royals, you have them listed there. They're playing okay right now. But the Nationals and the Cubs have been dreadful lately, and they're open sellers, which means they're kind of giving up. And if I'm someone in that locker room, if I'm an Anthony Rizzo, if I'm a Chris Bryant, I kind of given up on this Cubs team too. If I know I'm not going to be with them for more than a week more. So I have no interest in backing those 2 teams whatsoever. Royals are a little bit of a different story there. I think they're looking to trade Whit Merrifield. I think the Mariners are interested in him. So that can be an interesting acquisition for the Mariners, who I think are a surprise team. So yeah, those are just 2 teams that, buyers, Mariners, absolutely. Now, I remember I was watching the other day, we were watching back our show from about 4 months ago when we were looking at the futures. I gave the Mariners over 71.5 games. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I didn't expect them to do this, though. Like, I expected them to be sneaky. I did not expect them to be a borderline playoff team. This team is only 1 game behind the Athletics for a wild card spot now. And to keep this in mind, though, don't get too high on the Mariners. They haven't made the playoffs since 2001. This is a snake-bitten team. They like to tease their fans a little bit. So I still like the Mariners for a value aspect. This team has been very surprising, and they've been very profitable for me this season. I'm going to continue to ride them. I think they're a potential playoff team.
Yeah, I'm with you. So quick rundown here. How do we feel about Miami? They're playing the Orioles.
I have that one under.
Baltimore first 5.
Diamondbacks are in Texas Rangers.
I like it.
I like
taking the Diamondbacks. Yeah, everyone was getting all over the Rangers today.
Well,
and there was their first game after back at home, and I get that, but like I just can't make a bet on a team that's lost 12, 13 games in a row. I just can't make.
And they haven't covered a +1.5 run line in that entire time.
Yeah,
they haven't won a game since All-Star break. And that's the big concern for Texas.
All-Star break.
I guess so, yeah. But with that Arizona game, real quick, you're getting plus money to fade a team that's lost 12 straight games, and it's not like it's a +105. You're getting a +130 for the Arizona Diamondbacks today. Are they a good road team? Absolutely not. But are they going up against a team that's lost 12 straight games and actually set an MLB record for the most consecutive innings without a lead? They had like 96 or 97 innings without a lead. That is an MLB record. This team is ugly. Talk about sellers. Gibson should be out of there soon. And I'm really hoping Kiner Falefa is out of there soon as well.
And Joey Gallo.
That should be another team that's selling. Texas is just pathetic.
Yeah. And I like Texas. I dig the Rangers. Like, no hate on I wish you were doing better, but you're not. So
I would say Arizona is sellers, but nobody wants anybody from Arizona, so
Escobar.
they're not really selling. But besides,
Arizona used to be a huge selling team. They were like the Rays, where they would bring up pitchers and then get rid of them, and it was no good for the Diamondbacks. What about? I'm on the Royals. That's my last Woody standing pick. Is the Royals on the run line? I cashed them yesterday. I dig the Royals, so I'm following a trend. They keep winning, so I'm going to keep taking them. I have a feeling you guys disagree.
I passed on the game. I didn't bet that one in general. Okay. So,
what about you?
I'm on the same page. I didn't play this game. It was a slight lean towards the Royals in this one. I had them priced around 128, 125, and they're +130. So slight value on them. Not enough for me to pull the trigger on them, though.
All right.
I like those props. I do.
You do? Okay. So Flexen over 3.5 strikeouts and Webb over 4.5 strikeouts. Phillies, they're playing the Nats. I want nothing to do with the Nationals right now, so I would lean towards the Phillies.
That game's Phillies or nothing. Phillies or nothing.
I don't want to deal with the Phillies right now either. I don't know what the hell's going on with them.
I think
they're buyers, but I still don't trust them. Unless they get a Craig Kimbrel or a good bullpen piece. Multiple good bullpen pieces. Phillies are not considered a playoff team or anywhere in the playoff race. Yes, they are 3.5 games behind the Mets, but no, I don't see the Phillies as a good team. I'm completely fading that game, and I'll be fading the Phillies and the Nationals for a little while.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I took the Angels today. That was another one I took.
I don't mind that.
I did get on the Reds run line and first 5. I took Marlins and the Royals on the run line. That's what I got.
I'm on Baltimore there, but first 5.
Dodgers and Giants are playing each other.
Yes,
you're giving me the games. Dodgers.
Yep. I'm on the Giants. I did not bet the Mets game because they just released their pitcher like 20 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. And I'm not interested in that last one. So the only one I like is the Giants from this matchup. But I will say I got them at a +115. They're what is their line at now?
+106.
+106. Yeah. I would not be interested in them at that line.
So
you missed your line if you're interested in the Giants.
Yeah, I got the Dodgers at the first 5 -0.5 a run +110 line.
They do player props. Yes, they do player props.
I did player props for NBA. I'll probably do a little bit for NFL. I'm not really a big K prop guy to really do that kind of stuff, but for like NFL and MLB and NBA, because me and Nick used to play DFS on DraftKings all the time, so we used to look at all those statistics and numbers and all that stuff. So we'll be more interested in the NFL and NBA seasons, but I'm not really much of a MLB player prop person.
Fair.
Yes.
What he said. Okay, so never mind. I spoke too soon. They're not player prop guys. What do you think about the Dodgers' first 5? With
Love it.
Love it.
I don't really bet first 5s, but I'm on the Giants for this one. I know that Julio Urias has been probably one of the he has been one of the better pitchers on this Dodgers staff, but the Dodgers are in a tailspin. Mookie Betts is out with injuries. Max Muncy, I believe, is on paternity leave. You're still missing some of your bullpen pieces. This team is falling apart, and I could easily see the Dodgers drop to 3rd place within the next 2 weeks. This Dodgers team is not playing well, and I'm not going to be on them today. I won't be on them. Most likely, I won't be on them this entire series, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a super big fan of this series either. The Giants have their own stuff going on too. Gosman and his wife, and they just dropped 3 to the Pirates, didn't they? Or 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3, but I'm all right with that. They just came off of a 4-game series against the Dodgers,
where they won the Dodgers again,
where they won 3 out of 4, including 2 of those wins being come from behind, 9th inning blown saves from Jansen. Yeah, they just came off of an intense series. Yeah, they came off of an intense series against the Dodgers. I do not blame them for that Pittsburgh series.
I do. You're professionals. Maybe the first game I'll give you that one, but the other one,
no,
it's whatever.
But looking at those series with the Giants there, where they took 3 out of the 4 from the Dodgers, and then they lose 2 out of 3 to Pittsburgh, and now they're playing the Dodgers again. This is something you can use a little bit when it comes to the NFL. When I'm just going to use the Giants as an example. If they have the Eagles and then they play like the Browns and then they play the Cowboys, I'm just picking out random teams here. This is not an actual schedule. This is not the actual. I would look to bet against them, against the Browns, because number one, they just played a division rival and they got next week a division rival. So in between division rivals, generally you want to fade that team. So that's one thing I have noticed a little bit here.
It's a look ahead spot almost.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
But see, I see it from
sandwich
the perspective that sandwich game. It's sandwich series. But I see it more from the perspective that, like, if you're the Giants and you got the Dodgers hot on your tail in your division standings, you got to beat the teams like the Pirates. Like, those are the ones that you got to beat to get the wins in your column. So I don't.
But then they can look at this team. They're like. Yeah, but then they'll look at they'll come into the series. We just beat the Dodgers 3 out of 4. Oh, it's just the Pirates. No big deal. They suck.
Yeah, but that for a whole I see that for a game, but for a series, that's where I have like more. That's why I say, like, I'll give it to you on the first game. Maybe you just got back in town. You had to give the wife the old pickle tickle, get the kids off to school, whatever it is. You're busy. But game 2, you're a professional. I'm going to need you to show up at the baseball park today and win some games. Okay, let's do that. Win a game.
Yep.
Can you tell I was on the Giants for that second game? Houston versus Seattle.
I was too.
So there you go. But no, I think they're the better team than the Dodgers. I think they played the Dodgers much better. But who's going to be closing for the Dodgers in this series too? Because I bet it's not going to
Jensen. No, it will be. They don't have anybody else that will. And
that's true.
It's the same deal with the Aroldis Chapman this year. He pitched really well in the beginning, and all of a sudden, like, he went on a big decline. Who's the closer for the Yankees right now? It's still Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah.
So no, Jansen's been their closer for what, 3-4 years at this point? No. Yeah, I had tickle pickle. Yeah.
You know what that's from is a league of their own. John Lovett says it to the girls when he drops them off at the baseball field. He's like, "All right, ladies, I've got to go. Get home. Give the missus a little pickle tickle. Be on my way." Whatever. That's what that's from. Just hit. Oh, my day has been better. Nerfy. Seattle, nice. First Czech Republic over 164.5.
I think that's his bets for the day.
Oh, okay.
He's got the Nerfy and Seattle game. He's got Toronto first 5 and Czech Republic, that basketball game to go over.
Over 164.5. All right, I got it.
Get it.
Beautiful.
I don't mind that Nerfy. I don't mind that Nerfy in that because it's what, Garcia and Flexen. So yeah, I don't mind that Nerfy at all.
McCullers yesterday.
Sorry, McCullers, not whatever. It's a young Astros pitcher that's pitching way too good.
So I did take your isn't that Lance McCullers? I swear that was his name.
Yes, Lance McCullers Jr.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, that's my team. I know him. But then I thought you said Justin. Anyway, I took your bet, Tim, for Slovenia to win the gold. Oh, that was you? I really thought that was Tim. Okay, good.
I also bet Slovenia the other night against Argentina -7.5.
I got 6.5.
I have not bet any Olympics.
Oh, I love it. I'm so into it. Synchronized diving is the coolest thing ever. I'm obsessed.
Okay, watching them is a different story. I don't mind watching them. And I will be an unpopular opinion. The most fun sport to watch in the Summer Olympics, speed walking.
That's a sport?
Yes. After the stream, do yourself a favor and look up Olympic speed walking.
Oh, I totally will. I watched the first ever skateboarding competition.
Yeah, it's the people. Essentially, with speed walking, is you need to keep a foot on the ground at all times, and you got to go as fast as you can. Yes, this is an actual. Oh, and they look so weird, like.
No, it's ping pong. It's ping pong.
Everybody in the chat.
I was so happy that there was table tennis in that applicant. I was like, yes, the Olympics brought me table tennis. But I only do Russian table tennis, so I don't know how to bet on the world, but maybe I just need to take the Russian player every time.
Chinese players.
Okay, you're right. That's right. Forrest Gump taught me that. Jeez Louise. One thing I learned from that.
Speed walking, yes. Here, I'll do everybody a favor, and I'll throw a video for Olympic speed walking in the chat so that you guys are all happy.
Wait, I can post it right up on the screen. Hold on. What you call it? So today, the picks for the Olympics that were popular, it was Nigeria -4.5 against Germany, I believe, right? And then the USA game was an over 167.5.
I took the United States in that game.
Did you? Minus the points or -7 million?
Minus 40 points. Because my projection for this game is probably we're going to see like 106 to 56 type of game.
This is so awesome. Look away.
There we go. I threw a link in the chat for everybody. I would just be careful with
my mind's about to get blown.
Yeah, I would be careful with putting it up on the screen because you don't want to get copyrighted if it's because you could get copyright struck because it is Olympic content. So you can't really have it on screen.
Okay, this might be a waste of time.
Yeah, because I know one of my friends had like the Spider-Man movie up and he got banned from streaming for 3 months. So I'd be careful with putting any kind of content. I would be careful with by putting any Olympic content or anything on the screen because that could result in ban. Just be careful. You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Hello? All right, then she's the